So before we start our conversation about hemolysis, let's talk about normal red cell lifespan and breakdown. In dogs and cats, red cells live around 3 to 4 months, and it's certainly shorter in cats on the 2.5 to 3 months, and it's longer in dogs, more like 3 to 4 months. And dogs produce and destroy about 1% of their red cells each day. In cats, it's around 0.4% each day. So that means that, your red cells normally are undergoing some sort of aging process, and various things happen so that the body recognizes that these red cells are no longer needed. And the spleen is the main place where these red cells are actually taken care of, and that's via splenic macrophages. This adorable cell is actually a macrophage, and these in the spleen. And there's other sites that do this as well, but certainly not as much as the spleen. And so the macrophage will phagocytize the red cell, make him a little bit less enormous. And the point of this is so that we can recycle all of those important things that are in red cells. And so we'll break it down, hemoglobin, into heme and globin. And globin will be recycled. And heme is broken down into iron and bilirubin. And then iron, of course, is going to be recycled. And so the primary place that we actually get iron in the body is via recycling, not our diet. Now, bilirubin, on the other hand, is a waste product. And so bilirubin must be excreted by the body, but it's not water soluble, so first it has to undergo conjugation. And that's where what we're going to actually talk about next. So when bilirubin is released from the macrophage, it enters the blood, and it is bound to albumin. And when it's in this form, it's called unconjugated bilirubin, and that's because it's not water soluble. It then goes to the liver, and in the liver is conjugated, and that essentially makes it water soluble. And it is now called conjugated bilirubin, if I could spell bilirubin. And then this is excreted into the biliary tree and into the intestine, where it's converted through the actions of bacteria and makes poop brown. I know that's exciting, another fun Jeopardy fact. And some of it's actually reabsorbed and enters the blood. And when that happens, it actually goes into the kidney and is what makes our pee yellow. But normally, you should have no bilirubin in your urine, and your bilirubin in your blood should be very low. And there's one exception, and that's in dogs with increased urine-specific gravity, so usually greater than 1030. They can have 1+ or 2+ bilirubin in their urine, and that is because they have a low renal threshold. So you always want to look at what else is going on, and in that case, their serum bilirubin should be normal. So serum bilirubin should not be increased with normal bilirubin and red cell processing.